We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about what is happening with the Bitcoin move. We are just sitting under all-time high. The move, in my opinion, has only started right now, has only recently started. And also for altcoins, what we're seeing right now, the reaction in the market of the altcoins on a little blip of Bitcoin dominance is only the beginning of a bigger move. And we are going to see, look at evidence, we are going to see what is going to happen in the cycle, and we are going to build out some theories about, first of all, when retail is going to come in, secondly, how hard the move could be, and on the third way, also what is going to happen on the long term, like regulation, countries, like game theory, and so on. So make sure to stay all the way through this live stream, and welcome. So, good morning to each and every one of you. Only a couple of people, I don't know what happened, but it's the freaking Friday. We are sitting just under all-time high, and I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know in the chat if everything is alright with video and stream. Yeah, I want to thank quickly the rare hodlers here all around me on the stream. I mean, you see it here, up here. On that side, all around me, the rare hodlers. So thank you for supporting the stream. Also, everyone who is on the stream sponsoring things like TradingView, I'm really grateful for that. And if you are not a rare hodler, you can become one by becoming just a YouTube channel member. So after subscribing normally to the YouTube channel, you can subscribe in a different way, and then you can also get access to our Telegram group. And otherwise, if you don't want to do that, subscribe, like the video. That is very important. So may I ask you to like this video right now and turn notifications on so that you will get notified whenever I start a live stream. And with that, let's jump into the action. We have Bitcoin here on the monthly chart first this time, not on the hours, and we can see that I'm moving the bar right now, this blue bar, so we always have to write the previous all-time high, because right now Bitcoin is forming new all-time highs in an hourly tagged, or not hourly, but like every 8 hours, 12 hours, there's new all-time highs. And right now the all-time high is 76,995, so almost 77K. Hey, Troy Paris, what is going on? Hello, PH, good to see you today. Good to see you too, man. And I hope that the excitement somehow is coming through now with people, because people were skeptical about everything. And even today, I saw still people being skeptical on this Bitcoin move. So like I saw comments on Twitter like, this is only a small Trump pump and so on, right? And it's weird because we are sitting at a very significant all-time high right now. I mean, yes, this was long and exhausting, but if you look at this, this is nothing where you can say, oh, this, like, people want to see more, and there is more to come probably, but it's really weird to me that when the other all-time high was at 69,000 something, and we're at 76,000 now, really significantly above that previous all-time high, to cry about that this was only a small Trump pump and nothing real happened. So, and this is good, in my opinion, because if the excitement was that everyone agrees on this pump, then we would have a problem, right? Then we would be closer to a top. But the fact that at 76,000 and 77,000 we get comments like this shows us that this move has only started right now and that there's way more to come. It also shows that retail is not convinced. It shows that that we are not ready to shill the hell out of it, out of all of the asset managers, which is, by the way, a very interesting thought about this, right? Because it was in our Telegram group. I think Green Lantern, it was you that shared a video. I'm not usually watching Alex Becker, but this video was interesting, where Alex Becker built the theory that that BlackRock and the others are that they're setting up a massive trap for the retail investors. So this time they want to play this game where they couldn't before because they had no licenses for ETFs, where once every one of their wealthy investors is done accumulating loads and loads of Bitcoin and maybe even other crypto, like, I mean, Ethereum, there's also ETFs, then they're going to advertise the hell out of Bitcoin in the retail media, in mainstream media and so on, and cause retail to come in massive ways. And this thought, to extend this thought, it could be very interesting also to see if they get fast-tracked some altcoin ETF licenses or whatever. Now with a new pro-crypto president, it will be more easy to get licenses to get retail, also to get retail into other cryptos and capitalize on this as they're getting it from the fees, right? But let's see here. Da Closer says, good evening, new project on Coinbase, Swell Network. What's your opinion? I don't know it yet. I have to look at it later. But thanks for this one. I will try to come back to this later and we can look at it. GM boys, suit up, put that helmet on and board the rocket. Wait, still pushing weights. Greetings from the gym. Present, paying attention and like the stream. Thank you so much, Green Lantern, for this one. Very interesting. I really like the morning motivational speech that that is coming out of that. Troy says, I think it's because Trump is starting to name some of his cabinet. Yeah. And also, I mean, it's not only his direct cabinet. I mean, there are so many now bullish senators, and also these people, they are not dumb, right? Like, I mean, in the US, I don't know how it's in the US. In Germany, there are, like, you could argue, right? But in the US, we see a lot of senators that are in crypto, that are able to understand crypto. In Germany, it's a little bit different. I think there are many who didn't and who are also not invested. But in the US, there are senators who are invested, right? Green Lantern says, if you come to my office, you would sell your coins because your dentist is talking about crypto. Must be top. Yeah. Green Lantern, I agree. That could be like, oh my god, I just got the top signal. It's only there's only, you guys know the movie The Big Short, when even the prostitutes were talking about investing in real estate. That is wild, right? I mean, but we are not at this point because dentists that are on my channel, they don't count, right? So I would always verify. If I hear something is like, you watch Patient Hodler? Okay, then it's fine. Then it's not the top signal. It's more so when my work colleagues that are not yet in crypto, when they come on their own, then I would be worried. MVE, yo, what's going on? Blaze Haze every day is also to the moon. Yeah, absolutely. Trucking Hank, what is up, my dude? Good morning to you as well. And for me, the point was more to plan the exit. That was very good part of the video. Yeah. Planning the exit. Okay, so I personally, so I got something different out of it than you. That's also good. Because I like the thought process of the asset managers shilling real estate into the market this time. Troy says, crazy to see ADA jump up. Yeah, I mean, this was maybe unexpected because some people thought that ADA wouldn't move in any way. But yeah, so far so good. So quick run on Bitcoin here. So I mean, let's get rid of all these stupid levels here. I mean, I think we're done with this, right? So I'm trying to unclutter a couple of the charts here because we don't need that anymore. We can keep the bull flag and everything that's relevant to the target, like the breakout, but we don't need all the other stuff. So I mean, it doesn't. I agree somehow with some retailers. It doesn't really feel like this massive God candle pump, whatever. But it's a pump, right? And if you see these 3 months here all being green, well, it makes you wonder, right? How this will continue if there going to be a pullback. But if you're wondering if it's the end of the market already, like the very end, like in the next month or so, until now, there's no evidence to that, as the TSI, for example, that you see here right now, is broadening instead of tightening and has not hit the upper trend line. Maybe a quick recap on this. The TSI has so far called correctly every bull market start, every top, and every start of the bear market, right? So that makes me say, okay, this indicator is fairly reliable on the monthly chart to also call our next top. Is that 100%? No, of course not. Nothing in crypto is 100%. Nothing, right? As far as people are concerned, it's always like, okay, so if someone on YouTube says it, he must know something more. Don't count on that, right? Don't count on that. I just think that I have found some things that makes the likelihood more higher that we are onto something here, that we can get an edge over the rest of the market, right? Same here for the monthly MACD. It's broadening, as you see, and this broadening in the MACD also happened here, right? Also happened, I would say, from here to here. So I think that's where we are in at the moment. So we will see. We will see how this turns out. If we get something like a little bit more and then something like this and a crossover, right? We will see. But it's not about where the MACD goes. It's about reading the sign or the TSI, right? It's about reading the sign when it hits its head and turns around, right? So you can, for this TSI, you can see this, that here it was hitting its head in this range here, right? So it's not an exact science here for, as I said before, for hitting the top of this wick, right? If you see that the TSI will only give us a glimpse when the party is over, and you see also the bear market cross, that happened somewhere here on this rebound, right? So there's a big question. Do we trade the hitting of the top? Or do we even say, look, when this trend line is hit, right? When this trend line is hit, maybe it's already too late. Like a millimeter or something before that might be already where to take this trade, right? As it was here, right? Like, I mean, coming very close, almost hitting, would have been better. I mean, this is a monthly candle, right? It could have been also here. But That is the entire possibility of taking this trade, right? From 45,000 up to 60 something thousand. That's your hit range. So you can't treat the signal like it's giving you this exact top, right? But it gives you an indicator when the move is about to end. So you can basically say, and this might be the most accurate strategy, this is where you scale out if you want to scale out, right? Or do you only want to know when Bitcoin might be topping out and your altcoin moves are about to start hard, right? Speaking of which, and maybe this is something before we even go to some crypto news and so on, is something of interest here, because people have been asking about the Bitcoin dominance, and we've introduced this rising wedge here for Bitcoin dominance, where this rejection is happening at the moment. By the way, also I uncluttered this whole chart because all the calls from before that don't really matter anymore. And you see that this massive, or this big reaction out of altcoins is only this little blip, this little red blip up here. Now the question is, did Bitcoin dominance just top out and now we are going sideways or down? Not possible to tell from this, because we are basically in cycle-wise in price discovery, and we can even come down here to this lower end and then come up again and do something like this, right? It's a possibility, but we need confirmation. So one confirmation would be losing the grip on this wedge. The next confirmation would be fall back into this through this support. Yeah. So this is something that we need to look. But in any case, it would not matter as much because what we really want to see is the big fall, right? And also imagine what is happening to your altcoins. If this is already exciting, imagine what happens if we drop like this, right? Imagine how your portfolios look if we get this waterfall-like collapse like here, right? And remember that also in the previous cycle, we encountered resistance, we pumped even higher, we went sideways for a long time and then came up to form a new high on Bitcoin dominance, right? So it's really not about that. What it is, maybe it's only finding support on this massive, on this massive confluence point here, right? So we don't know yet. We can't answer it just yet, in my opinion. If the altcoin season started or not. But there is something to it, and now I'm basically doing the stream a little bit improvised on on one topic to another, but I hope you find it interesting, because look at this. This is the Altseason indicator, right? The Altseason indicator, and it's basically the Ethereum net capital change to the Bitcoin net capital change, right? So what you see here is basically, is ETH outperforming Bitcoin or not, right? And maybe this indicator needs to be redone also for Solana, because we don't know if Solana is not giving us the signal this time, right? But I think even Ethereum will give us the signal this time. So you see here, from here over here, it was correct to call the altcoin season. And right now we see a broadening and not a tightening for a potential cross, right? So we would want a potential cross on this indicator for the Ethereum net capital change. At the moment, Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. Yeah, this could change in the near future. And what that implies is that we are still in phase one of the money flow in crypto. So if we're looking at this, you see, now you can see it all. You see phase one is the phase of Bitcoin. The flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. Exactly what we saw here. The flow of money is going into Bitcoin, causing price surges in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. And then there is an overlap phase where money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. That's the overlap phase. So in my opinion, we're still in the light blue phase, and the overlap phase hasn't even really started. Maybe it started, but we are right somewhere there in between. So this also means that in terms of altcoin season, we are nowhere close to what is happening. So the next phase would be, and now you could argue, okay, but what if Solana is the new deal? Yes, then we have to look at Solana, how it's outperforming, right? But in this case, it would be Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks about the flippening. So this is now difficult because no one's talking about Solana flipping Bitcoin just yet, right? But for Ethereum, if Ethereum pumps, we will hear this again, right? There will be reasons again why people think that Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin, right? And then you have another overlap phase in the end of where Ethereum fires, right? And that is money is flowing into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. Where right now that's not the case. Right now the large caps, I mean, we can look at it in the cycle. I mean, this is the top 100, right? But look at the largest caps like Chainlink, like Solana, like Dogecoin. I mean, these are nice. Like, this is a weekly move, like the daily move, like 3%, 6%, and 3.5%. Maybe take Sui 2.3%. Take Injective 5.9. I don't know, Injective actually not. It's not even like the biggest. I have no clue what else here is in the biggest. But you get the idea, right? 3.5, 2.5%, and so on is not where large caps are firing, like Polygon or whatever, right? So it's not where you could say money is flowing into large caps. This is just not the case, right? And then large caps itself, Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. Okay, so that would be phase 3. That's already where Bitcoin dominance is in free fall, because now the large caps are many more and they're all going parabolic. So naturally, Bitcoin is losing in dominance. So that's where we, in this chart, will see, would be here at some stage here where we are now clear that it's starting to lose support and everything is going crazy. And then you have the last overlap, or the second last overlap phase. Regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps, real pumps, like 150% pumps and so on. Phase 4, Altseason, large caps have gone full vertical and we are seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin, Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited and you feel the mania in the air. Also not the case right now, what I just described, right? I mean, you feel some mania in some like Solana-based meme coins maybe, but in the broader market, not really, not yet. So this is when the alt season is completely nuts, retail is in, everyone is shilling left and right, and then we are about for everyone to get wrecked. And it's only then, in the lower end, which is not in this graphic, where newborn crypto millionaires out of some meme coin, like Cats in the Dog's World, or I don't know what, or Dog with Hat, are taking their profits and buying ape, Bored Ape and CryptoPunks and I don't know what, NFTs or whatever is going to be the new NFT deal. And that's where the NFT season will follow already when Bitcoin is starting to drop in the bear market. Yeah. That would be the flow. Is that a guarantee just because Patient Hodler says it? No, it's not, but it's the best that we have from a game plan perspective. Crow is mooning. Congrats. MCAT. What about MCAT? I don't know. I need to Troy says, I need to make sure that I sell out of my crow this time, not ride it up and down. Yeah, exactly. That's not only for our crow, it's for everything, right? I mean, we have to start taking profits at some point. The question is when, right? Most people are talking about there only being one top this cycle. Do you have an opinion on this? I think the likelihood for only one top is higher, but it's almost impossible to say right now. Because let's go to a little bit more uncluttered Bitcoin chart. This one is good, I think. So in this cycle here, we had the second top. And we all know that this whole cycle is weird, was weird, because somewhere here, the pandemic showed that the money printing and so on is starting to put most countries in the world into a crisis, combined with shutting down the economy and just paying everyone off didn't work. So usually, very likely, without the Fed ending the party with rate hikes and so on, probably this cycle would have looked something like this, right? Because all the altcoins, they have this formation, but somehow, and that would be the natural blow off top and then rebounds, right? So the likelihood is there that with a normal Fed policy on lowering interest rates, pump money into the economy, stimulate the economy like worldwide central bank economy stimulus, the likelihood is higher that we are going vertical, we have a blow off top, we get a rebound, everyone gets excited again, rebound excitement, and so on, something like that again, right? Possible. It could, but the problem, why don't we know? Because we don't know what's going to happen here. Let's say we're pumping nicely, and then World War III breaks out, right? Then you already had the top, you come back up, massive money printing for that, and then crash, right? Who knows, right? I don't know. Maybe you form a double top, maybe you form a triple top, and or this one, you form a top, you come back for a top, you come back for another top, for the triple top, and everyone is like, this is going to be a super cycle, right? And then you go down. We don't know. It's impossible to say, in my opinion, right? I mean, this is also something. Some YouTubers are playing the strategy that they call something, and if they are not right, they will just not talk about it anymore. But if they are right, they are now the king of predictions, right? So for example, I could sit here and say, we are going to have a triple top. I'm sure of it. Like, I'm sure of it. I'm going to clip this and keep it safe, and then I will be the genius, right? I say it's impossible to say at this present. We don't even know where it goes. How do we know what top formation we are going to get this time? That is my take on it. Let's look at quickly at the world. Let's look quickly at the world. We are a little bit different here on this specific stream, but fine. China expect to announce highly anticipated fiscal stimulus package. So this is important for us, because this stimulus is going to outdo every other stimulus that they have done. This is going to be massive. Also, because they know now with this new president, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. They already know, like the US president, I mean, because they already know how it was in the last 4 years of Trump's presidency. So they know they have to do something on their own now and pump massive stimulus into it. Nissan shares plunge over 10%. That's like the automobile industry in general, not so good. How Samsung fell behind in the AI boom doesn't matter, right? But this here matters. Also this is now, I had prepared this as one of the main parts, but because we are talking about country adoption and game theory and so on. So Russia's sovereign wealth fund announces to start mining Bitcoin. Okay, so this means they are not going to the spot market or anything else to get this Bitcoin. They made the calculation and they are just going to pump energy into the network to accumulate Bitcoin. It's also harder to track and it's also not pumping the price as much, right? If they just generate new Bitcoin. But it's going to raise the difficulty in the sense that the Bitcoin is going to now split the new Bitcoin with Russia, right? So it also is apparently a reaction on what is happening in the US, right? So we have now a pro-crypto president that cannot act yet, but once he does, he's very likely to buy Bitcoin into a strategic reserve. And that also means that the other empires looking at that in the world, they have to do it also. And if Russia does it, very likely you will see China doing it as well. And if you see Russia and China doing it, all the other countries, especially the BRICS ones, are doing it as well. We already saw United Arab Emirates, as well as Argentina, as well as one other that I always forget, is mining Bitcoin with government resources. So the race to Bitcoin allocations has started. It has already started. So the question is, how hard will they go? And will there be what's coming afterwards, right? I mean, are they going to just fight over it, or will they take another cycle until they understand that they technically have to take all their money and put it into Bitcoin, which would make them the most powerful country in the world, right? Suddenly, but yeah, we will see. If the US buys 1 million Bitcoin over the next years, then it's game over, right? Because it will be very difficult for other countries to accumulate the same. It's not about having Bitcoin, it's about who has the most. And if 195 countries in the world, or how many ever there are trying to get the most out of it, it's going to be wild. So here we have a scenario by PlanB, and we will see how this plays out. But here we have just a scenario. October, classic pump month, Bitcoin 70K. So that was correct call from PlanB, right? November, Trump wins election, ends Democrats, Biden, Harris, Warren, Gensler war on crypto, BTC 100K. That has not come true. But it could still come true because we're not so far away. It's only another 24K or so. December, massive ETF inflow, BTC 150K. January, crypto people companies return to the US, Bitcoin 200K. February, Power of Law crew sells, Bitcoin 150K. Okay, so he is factoring in these bigger pullbacks, right? March, Bitcoin legal tender in Bhutan, Argentina and Dubai, Bitcoin 300K. April, Trump US starts building strategic Bitcoin reserve, Bitcoin 400K. May, other countries except EU join red race, BTC 500K. Yeah, that's very likely, except EU. June, several AI start using Bitcoin autonomously, ARP, TradFi, Bitcoin 600K. July, December, face melting FOMO, Bitcoin at all-time high 1 million. 2026 distribution phase, Bitcoin back to 500,000. 2027 bear market, Bitcoin bottom at 200K. So, well, is that realistic? I don't know. I mean, the numbers might vary. We already see that we are not at 100K right now in November, but the logic is there, right? It could happen in this way. I think that it's not going to hit 1 million in this cycle, but I could be wrong. I think it's very likely that this cycle, I mean, the bigger it gets, the harder, the more money inflow it needs to move 1%. Yeah. The supercycle fake out, BTC gonna catch gold, sounds likely. Yeah. We had this narrative in the last cycle already when the second top came in, and like a little bit sparking up that people were talking about supercycle. But if we are going to have a triple top, wow, that could be happening. Yeah. So the only way these predictions are going to, where Bitcoin goes to zero, is if this happens. NASA continues to monitor an asteroid that could collide with Earth on Valentine's Day 2046. But until then, we already have our Lambos and so on, then we can die in peace, right? But it has a 1 in 607 chance to hit. And also, we could just send an Elon Musk rocket with 150 Optimus robots, and they will just beat this into cobble. They will just hack this thing into cobble, or the rocket pushes it out of the trajectory. I don't think that at this stage where we are, this thing probably not a threat anymore, as we can probably divert stuff like that. But yeah, get it pieces, and then we discover that there's a trillion, like a couple of trillion worth of gold in it, and that will be the final confirmation that everyone needs Bitcoin. Anyways, and then also Chinese TV reports Trump will make the US the world's crypto capital and establish strategic Bitcoin reserve. So if that's on Chinese TV, then for sure you can say that the Chinese are aware of this game as well. So you have now the nice constellation where Russia, US, and China are in the starting position to who's going to be the Bitcoin guy, right? Who's going to be the one that is ruling the Bitcoin stack, yeah? And that also means for retail, if that is the case, every retailer who is not in Bitcoin now will lose out, right? Getting to 0.1 Bitcoin will be very hard in the near future. Right now, it's almost impossible already for the normal human being to, like the normal worker, to get to 1 Bitcoin. It's almost impossible. I mean, $76,000 is not spare money for regular people, right? So it might be the BRICS coin. It might be. The question is, if the US adopts it first, will BRICS like this? So it's really no partisan, it's bipartisan, it's all partisan, I don't know. But it really doesn't, like, there's no way around it anymore. Yeah. So here is one thing that is really interesting. So listen to this one.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico.
Okay, so very interesting, right? So a lot of people think the Federal Reserve is a government organ and the president can just say, hey, Mr. Chairman, please leave. I want someone else. That's not the case. As the SEC, the Fed is neither federal nor the Reserve, he is not obliged to follow anything that the president says. Maybe you do your own research on this and I just leave it with that, but you heard the man. If the president says leave, he says no. If the US legislation then says, hey, please leave, he will say no. So, and he can just say no. Okay. So, and that's where we come to next. So yesterday we had the Fed rate cut, 25 basis points. We are now at 4.5%. And yeah, exactly, Bob. Exactly. That's what I'm implying here. But yeah. And on the 18th, we are having very likely another cut. So the chance of us maintaining the rate in December is only 25% at the moment, factored from the market, and very likely this is going to go lower unless we're seeing some bad economic numbers that imply otherwise. But the Fed really needs to lower these rates because otherwise the economy is struggling. But yeah, so this is what Powell is going to do, and where very likely the president has little to no impact on. these policies. Yeah. So what is definitely happening, and this is nothing that the Fed or anyone else can influence. So here we have a chart of the global liquidity total, and the year-over-year change in dark blue, right? So this year-over-year change line, that's basically the global liquidity signal. And that's going up at the moment, as well as the total global liquidity. And that it has to, because the Fed and other central banks have to refinance debt. But we see that once, and this also shows you that we did not really start this parabolic move. I mean, here we still don't have our breakout. So this chart is a little bit older, but it's not that much older. What is important is that this is Fed, European Central Bank, People Republic of China, and some other central banks, right? So I don't know all the codes for this, but that's basically what we have in front of us. And you see, the moment that this goes ballistic, like global liquidity year-over-year change is increasing in a strong way, you get this massive bull run out of Bitcoin. Same as here, right? Here you have 2 waves of massive global liquidity. We could mimic something like that. I mean, you see the first wave here, we bottomed, so pre-bull. Now the second wave is going to be more steep, where this red arrow is. And again, I'm repeating myself. I think you're probably tired of listening to this, but this is the only thing that matters for Bitcoin. It's the only thing that really matters. Yeah. So even with a Kamala win, that would have sent Bitcoin in the long run. But now, obviously, we are going to go way harder because we have this real, like this massive pump. This is going to send Bitcoin, and there's no way around it. No one can stop it. It's going to happen. As well as BlackRock accumulating 14,588 Bitcoin, which is the largest inflow in history. You see this massive spike here on this candle. After BlackRock having an outflow, only 450 Bitcoin were mined. Okay, so that's massively outperforming. That's the amount that Bitcoin miners across the world can extract on a monthly basis. That's crazy. And if they are continuing like this, wow, I mean, the supply shock is real, guys. I mean, the supply shock is wow. And I mean, that is exactly it. The supply stays the same, even shrinks, even is lower than supply in gold at the moment. And this massive global liquidity expansion is hitting this always steady, small supply reinforcement. Okay. And here we have it. The countries that are in this. UAE is not even here, but they started mining. Apparently Finland has a little bit or so. But we have the US, we have China. Russia still missing here with an allocation. UK, Ukraine, Bhutan, El Salvador, 2 countries that understood it, and a little bit Venezuela, which makes total sense because their currency is RIB. And this we already had. So very cool stuff. Now I want to do something. I want to get to, first of all, a small look at ecomi. Let's drill down to this. So we see, right, as Bitcoin dominance is falling a little bit, also some money flows into ecomi. Some money. So that tells you already that there is a little bit of hope that even without any bigger fundamentals, ecomi is going to recover a little bit on. We have a slight 10% recovery. So that ecomi is going to recover on just on broader allocation and maybe does a couple of X's, even though that there's nothing happening, right? That could be happening. That could be a bounce, yes, but as long as we don't. So now you see the problematic here. We have these levels. This bounce needs to take this out, and find support here to kind of form a reversal, right? Something like that. But as long as Bitcoin dominance is high, as it is, we don't really estimate that we get something out of ecomi, right? By the way, the closer wanted me to look at something. I'm just remembering it. Swell network. Let's put that in the end if we have time. Let's continue on the ecomi first. So yeah, Troy, I understand where you're coming from, but we had many of these bounces here. Like we had a bounce here, right? And it didn't take out the next high. And then we had a bounce here, and then we had a bounce here, like this massive candle. But we didn't close it high enough, right? We had a lower high in the closes. And now so this is where I say I can't just lean back and observe, because I first want to see this all taken out, yeah, and maybe retest, and then maybe go time, right? But so far, you see it yourself, right? And it's these many bounces. Even this is how it looks. So this is how it looks realistically. Without the log chart, right? Without the log chart, you can't really identify the reversal, right? What you want to see at some point is, even if it goes, you can't really draw it in here on this chart. What you really want to see is this spike, right? Coming up like this vertical line, then going a little bit more, and then go time again, right? But so far, that's not happening. Yeah. Weekly chart shows you how it is. I mean, this was a big pump. Yeah, this was a big pump. I mean, you see the all-time high for OMI was basically formed when it went on the first exchanges. Then there was a massive sell-off. Then it rebounded, formed a lower high, and since then it's flatlining. Yeah. That's the true story, unfortunately. And we need a strong move. Like, we need something that takes out at least, I would say, 001. Yeah. So that is at least what is that, like a 3-4x? Yeah. Jasper, I know that you're predicting a 10x, which would be somewhere here. This, like 004. That's your 10x, more or less. That's actually a 9x, but okay. So 004, 005. And I'm not saying it can't do that. I'm just saying I want to see it first. Like, I want to see the reaction first on the lower, on the returns, like on the log chart, right? Because this needs to find any sort of bottom, yeah? First. Low supply, good team, certified. Yep, that's true. That's true. But also big, like many whale holders. Many whale holders. Like with big bags, big supplies. But yeah, first, last. I thought you meant ecomi. But you meant MDT. Okay, got it. But ecomi has the problem that it has like billions of tokens in some whale wallets, right? So they are still waiting to exit at some point. Or the question is where, right? But yeah, we will see. MK mooning, let's go. Really? Let's see. MKate, because MKate is one of our favorite picks here on this channel. Let's see. Oh yeah. I see what you mean. I mean, mooning would be too much, but it had a breakout, let's say. It had a break, yeah. And this would be cool if we could say, if we could close above this, right, here, that would be cool, above this here, so that you can say, okay, By the way, we charted this a longer time ago, where like this here, right? I don't, and we said this resistance at least. So this could be if this holds 17 hours, this could be a first breakout. Maybe then you have something where you come back for MCAT and test and then continue the move. This could be it, right? But someone dropped a bigger amount into the order books to liquidate, I don't know, to liquidate shorts or something. Because funnily, the volume is not that high. It seems like there was some seller exhaustion and then suddenly someone pumped the price, right? Troy Paris, the big pump, I think, was the Logan Paul thing, if I remember right for me. Yeah, that's true. That was the Logan Paul pump, where Logan Paul, I think, talked about Omi, Pokemon, and implied some things, right? Troy Paris says, I predict this channel to 10K by the end of this year. Yeah, and this, thank you very much. By the end of this year, very difficult, as retail is not coming at the moment, but I will do my best. Also, I have to do something for that as well, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like only live streams all the time, right? So I will have to do more, but we have 40 people here. So guys, make sure to smash up the like button. Please, please, please slap on the like, right? That would be great. I would be really grateful. 40 people, 40 likes, that would be it. Yeah, the Logan Paul thing was shady. Absolutely. I mean, that was like some scammy thing. It's fairly obvious he was paid to shill it. I mean, I don't know if he was paid to shill it by the team, right? That is like, you have to, probably, yes, maybe by who knows, like ex-team member, advisor members, who knows. The question is who exactly did that, right? But yeah, I think also, because why would he do that? He wouldn't just grab a random coin. But yeah, I think that could be it. And it is what it is. Now the question is what's going to happen next. But here for MCAT, this looks nice. Let's hope that MCAT forms a big fat candle out of this. Right, out of this. So this is also what I would like to see for Omi, like some kind of a base and then a breakout, yeah. Can you do what Randy does and put your live streams up as videos after they are done? Does he do that? I mean, my live streams are available in the live stream section, but I can... I mean, they are available, right? What I could do is like cut sections out of the live stream and upload them as a video. That's probably the best idea. And then also, I really need to find a way to get back to nature walk. I need to find a place and something where I can... Since I moved, I don't have these bicycle trips anymore through the fields where I can just talk crypto and ecomi and VeVe and whatever. Now, I have something to do here on the VeVe app. I need to buy a comic because I'm owing a comic, okay? And the reason is, look at that. Here we are here in my account. And yesterday I said I would buy one of these comics, but the problem was, like this Avenger, right? But the problem was that that I was in a meeting and I couldn't participate in the drop. And I thought it would be sold out, right? But it wasn't. So there's still some editions left, but I think this will sell out over time. So I'm going to try my luck and get one of these. I really hope I either get a common or here, but not an uncommon. I hope I don't get the uncommon, but it's fine, even though it's scarce. But let's try it. Let's click the buy now button. Okay. By the way, guys, I'm going to click this. This is going to cost $10. Wish me luck. For this to happen in a good way, I need you guys to smash the luck button right now. Please, if you haven't yet, like, go out of full screen, smash the luck button, subscribe to the channel also, and then we are going to hit the buy But like these comics, these classic comics, I like them. I mean, this thing isn't worth that much on in the comic space. It's like $800 in higher grades, but it's still cool. Like and subscribe, says Jasper Frank. Also, if he says it, do it. Who is going for the old man Wolverine? I don't know yet. I like what I'm seeing with the evolvables and rare variants. Nice gamifications. I 100% agree. This is very good, very good. Have you smashed the luck button? Well, let's find out. Have you smashed the luck button? If not, do it yet, but let's find out. I've been on the sidelines so long, but I really want to get back into VeVe again. Just needs more compelling reasons. Okay, so let's smash this here. Okay, I got a 1000 whatever mint, but I don't know what it is yet. 10 gems are being deducted. Got it. So now I think we have to go. Always this thing here. I'm not a robot, man. This is new. That I think I don't know if they get attacked or something like that, but they put this out. So let's see here. Where can I see what I got? I can't, right? I can't in this. They have to put this like where like the rarity or something like that. Luck button. Hey Troy, thank you for the $20 luck button. I mean, okay, so let's find out. Thank you so much. Where can I okay, so I think I have to go to my collection. Like it tries to load. This is also something like it would be cooler if it okay, so I got a common at least. At least I didn't get an uncommon, but unfortunately we were not that lucky. So thank you very much for the $20 donation here. Once again, I really appreciate it. As you can see, I wasn't that lucky recently. So these are the recent comics. It's like common on the sanity. Fantastic, like the free comic things. The rarities were actually not free because the rarities cost like $3 or so. But all of them I hit a common. So unfortunately, not as cool, but okay. Good. Then I think it's also time to look at quickly what VeVe is doing here. VeVe, let's see what VeVe is doing. Only quickly. So these are the evolvables are pinned. There's another comic, also white cover-ish. I like it. Inform Mint, what is that? Join Inform Mint and VeVe YouTube community live coverage of Avengers 5. Okay, so that was the live event. I missed that also because for me that time was work and meetings, but okay. I wanted to hit this, but maybe I have to buy this or so. The True Believer variant. Troy says, I still never landed an SR on drop ever in 3 years. Oh my god. Okay, so guys, the next luck button needs to be for Troy. Because if in 3 years, I mean, I don't know how many drops you do, but I don't do all of them, and I have hit at least 3 secret rare comics on drop. I hit my second drop ever was Journey into Mystery 85, and I hit the secret rare. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so lucky, whatever, right? And then after a while, I had this, like, I had one of the Avengers drops that's not worth much, the secret rare. And then I got another secret rare on, which drop was that? I hit or was that the only 2? But on collectibles, I never hit a secret rare. On collectibles, I think I didn't even hit an ultra rare or something. Like, I mean, unless there was only ultra rare or secret rare to get, right? But like when there's all rarities on collectible side, I never hit something good, never. Also mints, like very, very rare to hit a good mint. The only good mint I ever hit was a 2-digit mint on the Soulstone. And on, I think on one of the tickets, so let me see. Here, this ticket I got a 46, that's also true. And this ticket I got an 84, but the tickets were only 500, so it's kind of, it's not fun, right? It's not like, I mean, I meant higher edition runs. Like when you have 2000, I never hit something like 41 or so never. But yeah, the next luck button we are smashing for Troy. Troy says, I bought in the market 25 MC1 commons and uncommons. Wow. Like on drop back in the days or in the market itself, like secondary market. Nice 46 good mint. Yeah, this like the ticket. I also have the, can I see here, go see all? So if we, yeah, I also have this, like the gold ticket, I still hodl it. Yeah, so you see here, like, these are the last purchases. I bought the Santa set, finally. Yeah, these are the last. So some of these purchases are wild. I mean, I think I got the Silver Surfer for 15 gems or so. I don't know what's the floor price now, 18 gems. Actually, can I see what I bought this for? No, actually it was $19.99, so it's even cheaper now. So it's a gem cheaper, but yeah. I can't wait until we can do some like VeVe-verse extra streams or so and just use the collection. This would be great, right? Yes, on the drop you meant. Oh man, I bought 2 on the very first, on the MC1 drop, and it was a common and an uncommon. So only these 2, and because I didn't understand it, like I bought it, and then I waited, and then I went back and I saw, okay, you can buy, let's do one more, right? This was my first comic, like, I mean, it was everyone's first comic drop, but that was my first drop on the app. I came for this comic drop to VeVe. The whole journey started with MC1. So I know there's a Mr. MC1, right? I'm not Mr. MC1, but my journey started with MC1. Yeah. So that was that. So Old Man Logan, what's that? That collectible we saw in the trailer is like very high quality in like a 3D model. It's 40 gems though, and I'm not that crazy over Wolverine, so I don't really. I mean, there's only 666 editions, only 626 total. So Old Man Wolverine could be selling out quickly. Yeah, but yeah, nice. That's a cool start with MC1. Yeah, my cousin told me about the Spider-Man drop, like the Spider-Man collectible, and I was like, I don't really care about this. But my background from collecting Pokemon cards and stuff like that was like, okay, I can relate to comics. I can see that, yeah. So I was like, okay, let's try this like super iconic 1936 MC1 comic. Let's try the luck. And I didn't even know like how cool rarities are and so on. So I was super excited about the uncommon then. And then I bought 3 more for, I think, 4 gems or so in the market of the MC1 common. And I was thinking about loading up, what was that at the time, $600 or so? 600 gems into the app and buy the MC1 secret rare. Because it was like 600 to 800 at the time. That would have been a good deal. But I didn't do it because of the no cash out. Yeah. They are not doing artist proof anymore. I think they do. Let me see. I think they do, but not that frequent. Artworks. this was the last, or what? I don't know. Can I sort this by time? I don't know. Actually, I mean, maybe it's good to give that a break and then bring it back. But oh man, there are so many cool things, like all the Scotty Young things, and then also this one here, for example. I mean, how cool are those, right? I mean, there are more, way more, but they could have. Maybe artist proof would be super exciting, even more exciting to Wales if they bring it once per month. That would be only 12 artist proof per year. Yeah, and then they could play around with the auction system. So they could also make an auction system where you can actually see, where everyone can see the current price and bid it higher, right? That could also be. This Dragon Girl is also interesting. Like, this was a Tokidoki, whereas some others are, most others are Marvel artists, right? So yeah, and the David Warhol. Yeah. So yeah, that's super interesting. Yeah, the artist proof are really cool, but zero chance to ever get the really big boys. Always bid on those. But yeah, but that's like, if you get something super crazy on the app, that could be the way to get whales in the app, right? So like big crypto whales. If you make it so that this could be a Kickstarter for Omi, now that I think about it. So let's say you get something that is really big and you launch the auction only via Stacker, right? So you mint this collectible, or you create this collectible, and you put it up for Omi only. So the person that wants to buy this crazy collectible, or wants to bid it, auction it, everyone who wants to participate in the auction has to buy ecomi and then use it via Stacker to get this one of one. Maybe they can do that for all one of ones, so that all these crypto whales can ape into Omi, buy this with high values, and also participate in the burn. That would be an idea, right? But who knows? It's just me. It's just me bringing out ideas. Anyways, guys, that was fun today. Unfortunately, we only got the comment, but it was fun. So we should do that more times. However, make sure to smash the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel. Notifications on. You know the drill already. And I think we have super exciting times ahead. I mean, we see how this thing with the altcoins, and also hopefully then with collectibles coming back. And yeah, I would say we ended here today. This was a long stream. I will head into the hamster wheel one more time unless a good weekend is starting. So make sure to stay tuned for more content. As times are getting more exciting, I will have to hustle a little bit and get more out. But so guys, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy your Friday, enjoy the weekend, and have a good one, everyone. Bye.